To make n the subject of the formula in a given sum of arithmetic progression, you have to know that the n under this s is a subscript and shouldn't be connected with the respective n in the formula. So you have to start by thinking on how to eliminate all the messy variable at the right hand side to make n the star of the show, just like s subscript n. Our first encounter is n over 2 immediately after the equality sign. So this n over 2 from the right hand side has to be brought to the left hand side. How are we going to do that? So the best way to do that is to take the multiplicative inverse of both sides. So we'll take the multiplicative inverse of n over 2 to both sides as thus. So we'll say the inverse of n over 2 is 2 over n multiplied by s subscript n is equal to n over 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1 bracket d times 2 over n. So the inverse of n over 2 is 2 over n, and it has been multiplied to both sides. So this will cancel this, and this will cancel this. So we have 2 s subscript n over n equal to bracket 2a plus n minus 1 bracket d. And that is what we'll have after we did this. So the next step is to open the bracket. So we go this way by saying 2s subscript n over n is equal to 2a plus, so to open this bracket, we say nd minus d, that is d times n, nd, and d times 1 will give us d. So the next step is to connect the n together. This n and this n should be connected. How are we going to do that? Check this out. So say subtract nd from both sides. So to subtract nd from both sides, it goes this way: 2s subscript n over n minus nd, which is equal to 2a plus nd minus d minus nd. So nd and this nd is subtracted from both n, and this nd cancel this nd. So we will have 2s subscript n over n minus nd to be equal to 2a minus d. So this is what we'll have after we subtract nd from both sides. So this equation is the same thing as this, as 2s subscript n over n minus nd to be equal to 2a minus d. So this equation is something as over 1. So we can take the LCM. The LCM of this and this will give us n. Looking at the denominator, so this n in n divided by n will give us 1. 1 times 2s subscript n will give us 2s subscript n minus n divided by 1 will give us n. N times nd will give us n squared d, which is equal to 2a minus d. So this is a new equation we have from here. So we can see that this n can come here by cross multiplication, because this is something as over 1. So by cross multiplication of the left hand side and the right hand side, we have 2s subscript n minus nd n squared d over n equals to 2a minus d over 1. So you cross multiply this way so that this numerator here at the left hand side multiplies the denominator at the right hand side, and this times this will give us 2s subscript n minus n squared d, which is equal to this multiply this as n bracket 2a minus d. So this is a new equation we have. So we need to start thinking on how to make this negative n squared d comes to the right hand side. Why? Because we have n at the right hand side. So to do this, we have to add n squared d to both sides. So we had n squared d to both sides as 2s subscript n minus n squared d plus n squared d to this side. And on the other side, we have n 2a minus d close bracket plus n squared d. So n squared d has been added to both sides. So this and this will be eliminated. So we have 2s subscript n equals to n bracket 2a minus d plus n squared d. Now we have a new equation. We can as well bring this to the side as thus. So this will give us n squared d plus n 2a minus d. When this comes here, that is by subtracting 2s subscript n from both sides. So we have this to be 2s subscript n. And this will be the new equation. Now looking at this equation looks like a quadratic equation. Don't you think so? So this looks exactly like quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, as this is also equal to 0 when you take this to the side. So nothing will be left, and that will be 0. So by comparison, we have that this represents x squared. So you can say a is equal to d, as x squared is equal to n squared, as b is equal to 2a minus d, 2a minus d, and x is equal to n, and c is equal to minus 2s subscript n. From here, we know that the formula for solving a quadratic equation is, so we say, but x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So as we have compared the quadratic equation with this, we can easily say that therefore n is equal to, that means because our x is equal to n, so n is equal to minus, what is our b? Our b is 2a minus d, so 2a minus d plus or minus the square root of b squared is 2a minus d all square minus 4 times a is d, and c is minus 2s subscript n times minus 2s subscript n all over 2 times a, 2a. So a is d, so 2 times d. So the final answer will say minus 2a minus d plus or minus the square root of 2a minus d all square. Minus times minus is plus, and 4 times 2 is 8. So this will be plus 8s subscript n d. Because we want to multiply this to this, we have s subscript n d all over 2d. And this will be the solution of making n the subject of the formula. I know you have learned one or two things from making n the subject of the formula in this video. Please like, share this video, and see you in my next video. Bye.